Hello dear students, welcome to the English lesson. I am Papieva Jamal from University of Central Asia. Today's topic is the adjectives and learning outcomes of the lesson. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to define adjective, identify degrees of comparison, list down adjectives, make up sentences for each degree of comparison, and identify types of adjective. So, adjectives. To start with, let's listen for a short audio song. So from the song, you will find out what is adjective, how does it work, and why do we use adjective. Okay, should we start? Okay.
Is an adjective? What is an adjective? Check it out. An adjective is a part of speech that makes reading and writing more exciting for you and me. Listen, here's how it works. Adjectives and nouns, they work together to help make your reading and writing so much better.
Okay, see, so you heard, yeah? What is adjective? Adjective is a part of speech, and the adjective goes with noun together, right? And why do we use adjectives? We use adjectives in our speech, in our writing, to make our reading, writing, and speech more interesting, emotional, colorful, okay? So therefore we use adjectives. Let's go ahead. Adjective. What is adjective? Adjective is a word that describes noun or pronoun. From our previous topics, we've learned about nouns and pronouns, right? So let's revise them. What is noun and pronoun? Nouns, a person, place, thing, or idea. When I say idea, I mean some abstract concept, abstract notion, okay, like maybe dream, maybe wish, maybe time, etc. And what is adjective? Adjective, they are the words describe, for example, if there's a person girl, how we can describe her? Like we can say she's beautiful, she's the best, and she's clever. So these are the words describing her. It means these words are adjectives. Okay, and place, we can say this is a nice place, clean place, and new place, maybe new building, right? So these are the words describing the place, they are adjectives. And book, for example, yeah, we have books here. Books, interesting, scary books, or English subject books, okay? So these are the words describing this book, so they are adjectives. Or idea can be great, some funny, and brilliant ideas can be. So these are the adjectives to describe idea. So let's see, adjective that describes noun or pronoun, okay? Here these are nouns, but where is the pronoun here? You can say, yeah? Here instead of person, we can use pronoun, she, he, they, you, yeah? And instead of place, things like this, we can say it. It is interesting book. So we are describing pronoun and noun. Okay. So how we can locate, how we can identify adjectives, for example, in the text, okay? So you can ask questions. What kind of happy dog? If you ask what kind of dog, happy dog. So that's how we can find out that's adjective. For example, the next one, first book. Which book? Which one? First one, yeah? The first is adjective. Then sixpence. How many pens? Six pens. If it's answering for this question, so six is adjective. And enough time. How much time? Enough time. So it's answering for this question. It means enough is an adjective. Okay, got it? Now let's practice. So can you find the adjectives? I'll give one sentence. First one I'll do with you, the remaining you will do, okay? So what we have to do first? First you have to find the nouns. Where are the nouns in this sentence? Elephants, good. Next, zoo. Okay, good. Now what we have to do? Now we have to ask what words describes the nouns. Which word? For example, elephant, yeah? The word gray is describing elephant. What kind of elephant? Zoo. Big zoo, yeah? Which zoo? What kind of zoo? Big zoo. So gray is the adjective. Big is also next adjective because they are describing those two nouns. Okay, now you can write down this sentence in your copybook, and there are two more sentences. what you have to do is you have to find nouns in this sentence, you have to underline, then you have to ask question. You have to ask question to the noun to find describing word for that noun, and you have to make a circle. Okay, pause your video and you do this task. Okay, then once you've done, you can proceed further. Next subtopic is degrees of comparison. Degrees of comparison. What are they and why they are used? They are used when we need to compare. For example, we have number of things we need to compare, so we use degrees of comparison. In English, there are 3 degrees of comparison. First is positive degree. It's used to describe, not compare. For example, we describe one here. Okay, she's tall girl. And comparative second one, used to compare two things. Let's look at these two girls and we can say she's taller than her. So we are comparing two people, yeah? So here we used to compare, it's used to compare two things or two people. Superlative degree used to compare more than two things or more than two people. Here there are more than two people, 3 are there, yeah? So she's the tallest among all. So this is the way to compare. This degrees of comparison is used. Okay, look at this table of comparison. Positive, comparative, and superlative. Long. And in comparative, we add ending ER, longer. And in superlative, we add ending EST and the definite article there. The longest. Long, longer, the longest. Okay? And what can be this one? Fast. Yes, faster and the fastest. Okay, and so on. If you notice here, hot, this T become doubled, yeah? Hot, hot, the hottest. And if you see here, Y become I, here also, yeah? Happy, happier, the happiest. Pretty, prettier, the prettiest. And look at this word. In English, there are the adjectives which has more than 2 syllables. We don't use ER and EST ending for comparative and superlative degrees, but we use the word more or the most. For example, beautiful, beautiful. There are 3 syllables, yes? So we use more beautiful or less beautiful and the most or the least beautiful. There are words like the serious, interesting, careful, dangerous, etc. So for them, we use the word more or less. Okay, got it? Now, but there are some adjectives which don't fall under the rule of the adding ER and EST. So these are the adjectives which they are exceptions from the rule. Okay, good, comparative degree becomes better, and superlative best. Don't forget to put the article there, the best. Okay, bad, worst, the worst, many, much, more, the most, little, few becomes less, and the least. These are the adjectives where there's exceptions there. Okay, okay. Now let's practice. What you have to do: pause the video lesson and set a time for a minute. Write as many adjectives as possible within a minute. Once you have written list of adjectives, then using your own adjectives which you made list, make up 3 sentences for each degree of adjectives from your own sentence. Now make your 3 sentences should be in positive degree, 3 comparative, and 3 using superlative degree. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead. There are types of adjective. There are actually 6 types. One of them I merge, I'll explain later, okay? So quality, adjective of quality, adjective of quantity, interrogative adjective, possessive adjective, and demonstrative adjective. Here in quantity, there is adjective of number as well, but I merged, I'll explain. So let's look at each of them separately. Adjective of quality, what is it? They are words describe quality of noun or pronoun. You see, we are describing quality of noun or pronoun. For example, I have a nice frog. Frog is a noun, so it's describing frog, quality frog, okay? Now, what kind of? Nice frog. So this adjective of what? Quality. Good. Next, adjective of quantity. Adjective of quantity, and another one is adjective of number, but I merged here. So the words that describe quantity and number of noun or pronoun. For example, she has enough money. How much money? Enough money. So this is adjective of quantity, enough money. And next, Almas has 10 books at home. How many books? 10 books. So it will be what? Yes, adjective of number. Almas has 10. 10 is here adjective. and adjective of number. Okay, next one is demonstrative adjective, that they are words that point out a person, thing, or animal. For example, these books are mine. Which books are mine? These books are mine. There are other demonstrative adjectives. These, this, that, those. Okay? And look at the second sentence. These are my books. And the difference, look, after this, books is coming. Books is a noun, yeah? So it's pointing out to the thing. We said that pointer. It's pointing to the thing. There is noun after it. But in the next sentence, after this, there is no noun. After this, the word are. Are is, you know that. It's a verb, right? To be, verb to be. So after this, there is no noun. It means this here, in this sentence, the word these is not an adjective, but it is what? It's a pronoun. Okay? In the first sentence it's adjective, but in the second sentence it is a pronoun. Okay. So see are there. Okay? Next one, interrogative adjective. Their double H words are used with nouns to ask questions. You know which double H words, right? They are which, what, whose, who. Okay, so which book is yours? In the first sentence, which, after which there is a noun, book, so which is an adjective here, interrogative adjective. In the second one, did you notice there is no noun, there's a verb to be here. So in this sentence, which is not an adjective, okay? It is a pronoun, you must have guessed already, okay? Yes, next, possessive adjective. They are words that are used to show ownership. We know what's ownership, right? It belongs to someone, it's someone's. So, examples. Asan left his books at school. Look, his books, after his, there is what? There is a noun, that is his books. Therefore, his here is a possessive adjective. And next sentence. The book on the desk is his. After his, there is not a noun. There is no noun. Sentence finished. So, this is not modifying noun, okay? So, it is not an adjective. It is possessive pronoun. Yes, very good. Now it's time to practice. So there is a short story here for you to read. The task, you have to read a story and you have to find adjectives and write in your copy, list down, okay? All adjectives used here. Then beside each adjective, you have to write what type of adjective it is. You have to identify which type of adjective. Then next task is you have to think of more adjectives you can add to nouns in the passage. Okay, what kind of more adjectives you can add to the passage? For example, lion. Can you give some modifying, some describing word for lion? A roaring lion, a dangerous lion. Maybe, yeah. So I'm giving as an example. For any noun, for any pronoun, where it's suitable, you have to try to find adjectives. Or if you want, you can add sentence, and you can put some comparative degrees or superlative degrees. Okay? So you have to read and do these tasks in your copy. Got it? Yes, you can pause video and do the tasks. Okay. So after that homework, you have to finish all your activity tasks in your copy or computer. You can write in your copy. I have given 3 tasks here. We had let's practice part. So 3 tasks you have to write in your copy, or you can type it out in your computer. Then you have to take, if you have written in your copy, you have to take picture of completed tasks, or it's in computer, you have saved it here for Word document. Then you have to send it to your teacher, the picture via WhatsApp, or you can send email so that your teacher checks it and assesses, and also finds out, so that teacher to find out to what extent you got the topic, to what extent you understood the topic, or what kind of support, more support you needed. So this is needed for your teacher to find out and to give you feedback. Okay, so with this note, I will say the lesson is over, and these are the resources, references which I used in with this video lesson. So goodbye, bye bye.